Welcome back to My Life and Me. It is March, it is sunny, spring is springing. I'm very happy about it, and I thought I'd kick this month's vlog off with a bit of a crochet update because I left you last month with these like little ditty samples that I had started, and we're about a week on and I've gone mad. I've gone absolutely mad. I've been working on this and I can't stop. How cool! I literally love it. I've been doing it like every night, every day, like an hour, 2 hours here and there. Just absolutely obsessed. I think it's so clever how like this turns into this. It's gonna be a like lace skirt wrap thing which I'll wear at the top of trousers and jeans. And I basically just used a YouTube channel that showed this full shell stitch. I've measured it and done it however long I want it. I've been trying to also extend it so it kind of goes out, like it's a bit more A-line, which I'm totally making up, so I don't really know if I'm doing it right, but I'm really enjoying the process and that's all that matters. Look at it, I did that. It's going so much better than knitting, I must say. So I will keep updated with how that goes. I don't know how long I'm going to do it, I'm just doing it. I already can't wait for my next project. I need to go buy some more wool. Morning. It's another beautifully sunny day. It's a pottery day today. I'm going to the studio. I am praying, fingers crossed, that my pots that I did on the wheel previously are dry enough for me to trim. I am not holding up high hopes, to be totally honest, but we'll see. I have other projects on the go, so there is other stuff that I can do. Then this afternoon I am going into Central because I have a event. I've got a Sunglasses Hut gifting event, so hopefully I can get some new sunnies, which is perfect timing because it's glorious. So yeah, that's my day. Turns out that my pots were far from dry, they were actually mouldy, so this is going well so far. I ended up working on a bowl that I was not waiting to dry, so I added coils to this to make it a little bit bigger, and honestly I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It is very wobbly, it's giving handmade, but you know, we are learning and this is all part of the process. I just got out the Sunglasses Hut event and I'm very happy with my chosen pair, even if I did pretty much try every pair on that I had, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I just don't see that many pairs of sunglasses. But anyway, I got a pair of Oakleys and I'm very happy with them. So, okay. So I had acupuncture yesterday and it was quite a lot. I've had acupuncture before, so I sort of knew what to expect, but when I had it before, I had it for back pain, and personally I didn't really feel anything. I didn't feel like it did anything, so I didn't go back. Jimmy recommended this acupuncture place to me and I went, and I basically went for like emotional release. I'm not very good at releasing emotion. I am way better than I used to be. Jesus Christ, I never used to cry, and now I do cry quite a lot, but I hold a lot of emotion in me and I hold myself quite tense in like stress. So I was like, we're gonna give it a go, see, and it was really good. I cried and I have no idea why, but it was a release that obviously needed to leave my body, which was great. I know that I have a lot more that needs to leave my body. I'm gonna deal with that another day. But today, just to like switch things up, I'm gonna go to Hobbycraft. I'm obsessed with crochet and I feel the need to buy more yarn and start another project, even though I haven't finished my other one, but I'm gonna go have a look because the yarn shop near me only does wool and I want to have a look at cotton and maybe jersey yarn, so I'm hoping that Hobbycraft have something. This afternoon I am going to go to my first ever calisthenics class, which I've never done before. I used to be a gymnast, so I'm sort of hoping that there's a bit of that in me still, and I am not terrible, but I'm also quite weak. My arms are really weak, so we'll see. And then this evening, Jimmy, my partner, runs community spaces and they're doing an event at his current garden, so I'm gonna go along to that and see him and see some friends and hang out, so that should be really nice. That is my Saturday. So Hobbycraft is the most overwhelming place on earth. I didn't really find what I wanted because there was so much acrylic yarn. Slight fail, but I did get some air dry clay. So, you know, there's a win there. Oh my god, calisthenics is hard. Yeah, it was quite terrible and I found it really hard and now I'm really tired, but it was fun. I met a really nice girl there. She was quite new to it, she'd doing it for a couple of months. So we were spotting each other, which was really nice to like have some help and guidance in what I was doing because I was a bit clueless. I feel like I would go again. I definitely want to get stronger. I'm just, my whole body, not my whole body, my top upper body is already aching and I've only just got home. I've literally got home, got changed, I'm about to go out again. I'm like, God, I'm gonna be aching a lot tomorrow. I was gonna cycle to the community gardens, but it's like a 20-minute cycle and I'm just feeling quite tired, so I think I'm just gonna get public transport. Yeah, it was fun and I'm proud of myself for trying something new. It's pottery day. I am praying that my pots are dry enough for me to trim because it is my last week where I can actually trim before we do the glazing sessions, so we're gonna pray. And fingers crossed that we're gonna pray. I did them on the wheel literally like 3 weeks ago, so I really hope they're dry enough. I also need to decide if I am gonna do some more sessions or another course or what I'm gonna do, because technically the pressure that I'm putting on myself with the timescale wouldn't actually matter if I was gonna do another course or some sessions, but you know. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm fingers crossing. I don't know what I'm gonna do if they're not ready, but we'll see. Another skill I am yet to master is getting the pots off the board in the first place. I feel like this looks just as hard as it actually is. I definitely did not do this right and ended up taking a chunk off the bottom of my pot. So if you want to learn how to become less of a perfectionist, my advice would be to take a pottery course. The next painfully difficult part of the session was to recenter the pots onto the wheel so I could then trim them down, and literally I was struggling so much. I was tapping away at this for the longest time. Got there in the end, and then we had a serious feel the fear and do it anyway, because trimming your pots is so scary because you obviously don't want to over trim, and I just had so much fear that I was going to ruin my pot, but I didn't, and I think I end up with something that I'm quite proud of. So hopefully we can do a good job of glazing it and I get something I actually like. I feel like I need to have a rant. I am prepping my feed for the next few days into the weekend. I like to draft everything in advance so it's like there ready for me to post. You'd think it would make it easier, but I'm trying to tag brands on TikTok and I just can't do it. It's so annoying. I always have this problem. So obviously when I create content, I like to tag the brand that the content is about so they know that I've made content about them, because otherwise they wouldn't know. This is for my organic content, so I'm not being paid to post. The brand does not know I'm planning to post. So obviously tagging them is quite important to me. On Instagram, fine. I have no problem in the slightest. Tag brands really easy. On TikTok, it's so difficult. What I end up doing is being on my laptop, Googling the brand TikTok to see what their handle is on TikTok, because it's not always obvious. It's not always the same as Instagram. And on Instagram, like, you would type in the brand and generally it would just come up, whereas on TikTok that does not happen. And I'm like, right, okay, this is the brand handle. Type that into TikTok and it still doesn't come up. And then there's been times where, like COS, for example, I tag COS on a regular basis. I wear COS a lot and I know they have a TikTok. I know the handle of their TikTok, but I type it into TikTok and it still doesn't come up. I feel like it doesn't matter so much if I'm posting the same content on both platforms, but I make TikTok specific content. So that content doesn't necessarily go on my Instagram. So if I can't tag it on TikTok, then the brand will never see it, potentially. Hopefully they will, because hopefully the algorithm was just send it to them anyway. But it's just really annoying. And I know this is probably really boring for the majority of people out there. But if you're a content creator or you tag brands on TikTok, like, please help me, because I really struggle. And it's really annoying. And obviously I'm trying to prep and draft all my Instagram, prep and draft all my TikTok, my LTK, my shop, now my YouTube shorts. And I'm like, I just need this process to be quick and simple and easy, because otherwise it takes me so long to do, and this just isn't helping. Sorry, ran over. Just feel like it shouldn't be as hard as it is, and it really quite gets to me. I'll show you how I do my planning, because that might be of interest, maybe. So this is my little planning doc that I have. But I'm quite organised in this area. So obviously I have the dates here, and then this is my Instagram feed, my link on LTK and Shop these are trial wheels, which I'm absolutely terrible at doing. Stories, TikTok, more links if it's TikTok specific, YouTube shorts, and then I have my YouTube thing over there. So what I basically do is, for Instagram, I plan the visual on an app called Preview, because I care about what it looks like. I know I shouldn't care as much as I do, but that's a flaw of mine, and I'm okay with that. So I will plan the visual, and then I will write that into my doc that I just showed you. And then for TikTok, I will kind of plan any days that I want to cross post. I will plan those in, and then I will plan in TikTok only content, and I'll just draft them in my TikTok feed. I don't care as much about what TikTok looks like, because I feel like everyone's kind of looks the same. My colour coding is that if I have drafted it and it's like ready to go, it's green. Then orange is if I've shot it but it needs editing. Red is that it needs shooting. And I then highlight grey once it's like up, done, and gone. It's kind of my process. I have always really done this because I started content creation when I had a full-time job. I didn't have the time in the week to draft posts willy-nilly. Like, I had to do it quite orderly and organised. Job at the time was a stylist, so I was like up moving around like 9 to 6. I didn't have time in the week to do my feed, and I've just sort of continued that. I actually personally find it really helpful. It means that I know that it's drafted until whatever day, so it's just ready to go. I don't need to think about it. Sometimes it does change. Like, I'm not a hard and fast, this has to be posted on this day. Like, sometimes I'll forget to post. Not gonna lie. Or sometimes an ad will come in and they want me to post like sooner, so I'll have to like rejig my feed or whatever. Or sometimes I'll shoot content, I'll be like, oh, I really like this and I really want to get it out. So yeah, my feed will like switch and change, but obviously once I've got it drafted, I've got it drafted. So even if I don't post it when I initially planned to post it, it will just stay in my drafts until I post it. That's my very boring admin kind of day. I need to do some emails and some other little jobs, but yeah, it's an at-home boring day for me. I've got 3 events this evening, which is quite a lot, not gonna lie. We will see if I actually make them all. I'm not sure that will happen because they're in 3 different areas of London as well. It's not even like they're close to each other, so we'll see. I'm about to head out. I'm gonna go meet Charlotte and Rebecca, grab some food, and then we're gonna head to the first event, so come along with me. We all felt seriously underdressed for the first event. It was with Immillieholmes and it was at a rooftop bar, which was absolutely beautiful. I had such a lovely chat with one of the PR girls, and I mentioned that Jimmy really liked one of my Immillieholmes scents, and they so kindly gave me one to give to him, which I just thought was the cutest thing. The next event was very much the opposite kind of vibe. This was with Hiking Patrol and Mamoot for their new collaboration, and it was hosted in the Barbican Centre, which personally I just absolutely love. It's such a beautiful building and place to hang out in the day, so I would definitely recommend if you have never been here before. And they had this little station where you could make your own t-shirt with all these little sticker things, so that was really fun and I'm actually so proud of mine. Today, me and Charlotte actually went for a little hike. It was such a good start to the week. I actually had an ad to shoot, which was the main reason for us going, but it was really lovely to have a little wander, and we're both really into hiking and like hiking vibes in terms of fashion, so it was so fun and it was nice to like go and explore together. We're definitely both up for doing more of this and venturing further out of London, so stay tuned because maybe next month we will go further afield. I have got a very busy day today. I am shooting with Steph today. We're gonna do like 5 outfits, which is quite a lot. I used to do 5 outfits at a time when I had a full-time job, because obviously I didn't have like loads of time. Whereas now I generally only do like 2 or 3. So 5 feels like a lot. I'm taking a suitcase. I haven't taken a suitcase on a shoot for what feels like quite a while. So yeah, it's a long day. So we've got 2 events tonight. We've got a French Connection event and a Monsoon event that I'm going to. So yeah, I'm probably going to be out all day and all evening, and I'm probably going to be really tired. I'm also not feeling that great. I've got a bit of a sore throat. So hopefully it'll be fine. But it'll be fun. It's so sunny today. It's going to be like 17 degrees. So that's great. Also, I've got this very cute little I'm going to call it a makeup bag, but obviously it could be a bag for anything. You know when you just like, you have a tote bag and you want to put like little bits of shit in a little bag? Perfect for that. I think it comes in 2 sizes. I'm kind of tempted to go back and get the other size, but I think this is a smaller size. Very cute, really like it. As much as I love the sun, shooting in really sunny weather is actually kind of difficult. Sort of gave up on our first location because I was really struggling. Did some rapid shooting and managed to get everything shot, which I was pleasantly surprised about. And then we jumped back on the tube to head to Pottery to grab a bit of food before heading to our first event. Not gonna lie, I felt very overwhelmed by the sheer amount of people here. It was nice to see the collection, but I was very ready to leave when we did. And then a bit of a fail because we actually missed the second event. We did manage to speak to the PR girls, which was really nice, but I was very glad to be done with a very long day. I'm just about to head out. I have a craftsmanship event with Polen this morning, which I'm really excited about because I feel like I am going to do and learn some very interesting things. So I will show you what I get up to, and then I'm going to hopefully pop along to the Damson Matter exhibition. I was meant to go to the launch party last night, but as you can probably tell by my husky voice, I am not feeling amazing. I feel like it's one of those that is way worse in the morning and in the evening, so I'm hoping that I actually feel fine today. Let's have a fun Friday. If you've never been to the Polen store on Regent Street, I would highly recommend going because it is honestly such a beautiful design. The reason for the invite was to learn about the craft of their products, which I actually kind of already knew because I used to work for Strathbury and they are made in the same very small town in Spain. But it was really fun to be on the other side and to actually have a go at doing the craft myself because it really shows how much time and skill goes into these products. So I've just come out of Polen and it was so good. I honestly, every time I go in that store, I feel like I learn so much and I just come out so mind blown about some random fact about the brand. I'm just so obsessed that the bag that I have is beads, but beads made out of leather. I just think that's so cool. So I am just going to head to meet my friend now. We're going to go to the Damson Matter exhibition, so I will take you along with me to that too. Note to self, if you want to work in a coffee shop, you should 1, check that they actually have Wi-Fi, and 2, check that you're actually allowed a laptop, because I was not able to have either and that was not ideal. But I did enjoy a nice little coffee outside before meeting my friend. So, small wins. On to the Damson Matter exhibition, which was quite small, but it was really nice to see the photography printed and framed because I feel like that's so rare these days. Everything is done for digital, so it was nice to see them up and out on display. We were only there for like 50 minutes, but we did get a free sandwich and a free pair of socks, so I am gonna take that. And who knew that this very cute street existed in Bermondsey? It was a lovely way to finish the day with a drink outside. I was not planning on filming any YouTube this weekend. I was going to be away. I was meant to be seeing some friends in Somerset, but I am ill, if you can't tell by my very husky voice. I've lost my voice and I've been feeling a bit shit. So everyone I live with has gone to Somerset, but not me. So I've been on my own all weekend. So naturally, I've been crocheting. A little bit of an update because again I've gone quite mad. I finished my skirt
which I don't think I showed you. I'll put a little picture here, and I am so happy with it. But I'm now on to the next project, which currently kind of looks like a basket. It's meant to be a tote bag. It's really thick yarn. It's cotton, but it's just so much thicker than I actually thought it was going to be. So that was a bit of an error on my part. We're going with it anyway, and this is how far we got. I'm practicing colour changing, which I'm quite enjoying. It is quite hard though. A bit of a bodge job on one of the colours, but you know, whatever. Also got a yellow colour, which is going to be added into the mix, and hopefully it'll be like a really cool, oversized, stripy tote bag. That's the idea. Might end up just being a basket. It might also end up being a beach bag. Not really sure. I'm really liking the yarn. It's quite cool to work with, but I definitely didn't think about how like rigid the actual product would be, because obviously the yarn is thick. So yeah, it's just like, I get why baskets are made out of it, you know? Yeah, I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update, because knowing me, I might finish it really soon. Good morning. I'm gonna make this my last video for this month, because I feel like I've filmed quite a lot and I don't really know how long it's gonna be. So if you're still here, thanks very much for watching. So today we are going to Pottery and I am gonna do some glazing. I already did a little bit last week. It is so hard. I really have a newfound appreciation for anybody that does pottery and glazing, because getting the right amount of glaze on your pots that like covers it but also isn't drippy is like, it's a skill. It's a real skill. I'm gonna have another go today and I'll finish my pots off from last week, and I'm gonna show you how terrible I am at it. The much anticipated glaze day was finally upon us, and honestly it was so difficult. I didn't realise how watery glaze is, so it's actually really difficult to work with because it just runs everywhere. There is a real skill in dipping your piece into the glaze with enough speed but also slowness to make sure that the piece is fully covered but also isn't really drippy and runny. I feel like I really had to lose any sense of care by this point, because you just have such little control over where the glaze actually lands and how it runs. Honestly, I was just making it up by this point, but you could say that it was somewhat freeing to do. Annoyingly, I didn't realise that you can't actually have glaze on the bottom of your piece when it goes into the kiln. So then I spent about 2 hours wiping the bottom of all of my pieces. It was a real test, but also fail of my grip strength, because my hand was cramping so badly. And now we pray. Tune in next month to find out how my first ever pottery pieces turn out.